Hello guys, welcome back to the bench, and today we're going to be looking at the Iwata Eclipse HPCS. This is highly regarded as the airbrush to have for Gunpla and car kits, models in general. It's just a great overall airbrush for model building. It sprays evidently everything well. It sprays thick acrylics well. It sprays enamels and lacquers well. So we're going to see if that is proven right. I have never tried one, always wanted one. Now they claim, hold on guys, my GSI Krios Mr. Hobby Pro Comboy here is close. Some even believe it's made in the same factory, because some parts are actually interchangeable. It's that close. This has the MAC valve, but the model without the MAC valve, and there's one with. Pretty matches up to these, and it's stamped Japan on it here. They're both made in Japan. That's why many believe they've contracted Iwata to actually make these for them. It even has the unremovable paint cup on it. I love this airbrush. It's a 0.2 millimeter needle in this, and then I upgraded it to, you can also get a 0.3, which I have both kits. This is a 0.3 that comes with this model. Slightly different though as far as the nozzle setup goes. It's a little different. This is one of those more simplified nozzles, like the Patriots has the single head here. Let me show you what I mean. Now this one you can undo with your hand, which is what I like, and there it is. You know, this part just comes right off, and there you go. And then you just clean the two out and you're ready to go. It's a much easier system as far as deep cleanings go anyway, as far as cleaning them out goes. Now the only difference is this is a finger tighten on the Badgers, and this one requires a wrench. But according to my friend who has both, he says a much more precision fit here in the Iwata. Let's take a look at it and see what we get in the box. This is a bonus value set, and I believe it comes with a, yeah, it does. It comes with a airbrush cleaner, a lubricant, I guess 3 samples of acrylic paint, and an air trap, a moisture trap rather, which is pretty nice. It looks like it acts as a nice handle too. Box is pretty nice too. Look at this, real beefy. All right, guys, patience is required here. Here we go. All right. I'm not even going to put that underneath because that was tough to pull out as it is. That's it. It looks like little punches out here. I guess if you're getting the one with the MAC valve, it must fit here. Looks like something fits in here on other models, but here is the wrench to take off that front piece. We'll look at it at the end when we take it apart. And actually, let's pull this out this way. Let's see what we got underneath here. Oh, we got a manual, a sticker. Oh, this is included with every Iwata airbrush, I believe. This airbrush, I believe, tested before it leaves the factory. Really nice touch. And I believe this is a pretty simplified multi-language. Yeah, it's explaining the handles, cutaway. We don't have that. That's the stopper at the end. It's Japanese, yep. So that's basically it. It's where to put the paint and how to release it. It doesn't say how much air pressure to use. For finer lines, turn the compressor PSI down to get it closer to the paint. We know that. So it doesn't tell. So each paint is its own. So I guess we'll play that by ear. I guess we'll go with 20 PSI is usually my standard on these. And I guess this is at the bottom. Yep, here it is. Here is the pistol grip. It even says that it's pistol grip moisture filter. Pretty nice. We'll install that. Some airbrush cleaner. I actually have the giant bottle of this, so I guess it's nice to have some extra. There's the lubricant. I guess when you do teardowns quarterly, I guess I usually break mine down quarterly. It says right here, use 1 drop of lubricant to the airbrush needle packing O-ring and 1 drop to the trigger O-ring. So I'm not going to need that for a little bit, as we're just using it for the first time. So we will leave that in the box along with these extras here. But we will keep this. All right, let's pull that aside. All right, let's pop this open and attach it to the airbrush. Hold on, guys, 1 second. All right, guys, a quick pause there. This thing had some mad strong staple on it. I had to get a plier to get that baby out, and we got it. On the back it says, protects your project by delivering clean, dry air, attaches directly to your Iwata airbrush, acts as the final defense against moisture buildup, superfine 5-micron filter, performs like a full-size filter separator, spring-loaded valve releases built-up moisture with a simple press, no need to remove the filter, comfortable grip, release muscle tension, fits all Iwata airbrushes. Actually, this will fit all of my airbrushes with my, I have an adapter, so they're all a standard 1/8 fitting anyway. All right, let's just take this out. Now the thing for me is, let me get this out of here, guys. Let's push this guy in the back behind my paints that we're going to be using on it. I do like my quick release on all my airbrushes, but I guess we'll have to attach it to the final part here. But let's go ahead and look at this airbrush. A cap which I normally don't use. Nice polishing job though, really high quality. It's got a really beefy feel to it. Really nice. Let me see if we can weigh this. Let me get my scale. Alright guys, I'm back. Magically, a scale appears before us. Let's put the cap back on it so we can get the full weight here. Let's turn this on. I'm in America, so this is by ounces. There's a pound. Everything else is ounces. So let's see how heavy this is. 4 ounces exactly. To the T. Look at that. A little heavier, I guess I put my accessories on it, but the airbrush itself is 4 ounces, which is, seems heavy to me, but let's go ahead and reach back here and compare it to my GSI 4.2 Mac valve though, so you're a lot more machining on this, and no cap, so it's probably even heavier than that. All right, let's try it with a Patriot. Wow, Patriot's much lighter. 3.2 ounces. Three ounces. So this has an adapter and a quick release. This has just a quick release made for this, so there's no extra equipment on it. See that? So this is the lighter of them. 3 ounces for the Patriot with its own adapter. Not bad. Hey, let's try the Harder and Steinbeck. 3.55. So even that's lighter. And we know how much this beast is going to weigh. Oh, 6.3. So, I mean, that is a giant airbrush. This is the 290, PS290 from GSI Krios. Now, this could benefit from a handle, so I'm guessing, yeah, see it? This would help a lot on this. They sell this separate, too. And while we're at it, might as well, let's check out the Grex with the big handle on that. 7.75, 7.8 on that baby. But a lot of plastic on that, though. And you actually don't feel it as much because the way you grip it. So, all right, there's the tour of the weight. So let's go back to it again. 4 ounces exactly, which is pretty good. It seems to be right in the middle. You know, it's very, very nice feel to it. And the trigger has a nice feel to it, too. Let's get this out of here. All right, let's go ahead and install what has to be installed. And that is this moisture filter. All right, I hope it doesn't leak air. It shouldn't. But yeah, it does feel good. It's a nice grip to it. Now, here's the spring release. So yeah, that's for the releasing the moisture. Should there be any, let's put in my quick release. There we go. All right. We should be good to go. Let's see if this will stand up on my holder. It will. Look how tall that is now. And that's it. All right, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to see how this baby paints. We'll try it on some Gunpla pieces, a couple of spoons. What we're going to do is we're going to try it across the board. We're going to do some primer. Stynylrez. These are my favorite primers. And no thinning necessary if using a 0.5. This is a 0.3 or a 0.35? I think it's a 0.3. Does it say anywhere? It says E3 head system. I think it's 0.3. 25 to 35 PSI is the optimal working pressure. So, that's what we're going to go with. We're going to go with what they're saying. 25 to 35. That's up there. So, it doesn't say what the needle is, but it is showing it right in the middle between fine, medium, and wide. Obviously pulling it all the way back. But I wish it came right out and said what the needle is. I knew at one point what it was. I think it's at 0.3. I believe it is. So here's what we're going to paint. We'll do the primer. We'll do some all-clad. We'll do an acrylic straight out of the bottle. Is apparently what this thing is really good at, is spraying thick acrylics straight. We'll do a lacquer, Gundam color here from Mr. Color. We'll do this acrylic hybrid here. We'll do a Tamiya. This is dark copper, really nice color. And we'll spray one of my paints in enamel. We'll do my Mecha Empire anodized green metallic #1, beautiful color. So we will try these across the board. That's 6 across the board. We'll paint a couple on these. We'll do some spoons. We'll do some of those little squares I've been testing. And then in the end, we'll wash it out. I guess we'll separate it by, this is an acrylic. This is an acrylic. These are all solvents. So we'll separate them all. And we'll go with that. And then I'll clean it out. I'll pick one of these colors. We'll see how it cleans itself out too. And that is it. I'm not going to go with the lid for now. And this is for quick blasting when you want to clean it out with a quick blast between colors. And that's what we'll do. All right, guys, let me mix these babies up, ready for testing. I'll meet you at the booth, and we'll see how this goes. All right, guys, here we are at the booth. We're going to start with Gundam colors. This is Trans Red Pearl. We are in the cup. I got my little moisture trap there. It's pretty comfortable. I have it set for 25, seeing that that's what I read. Let's go ahead and see what we get. See, my old idea of here of these plastic squares. Pretty powerful, but I think that's because of the air pressure where it's set. I know I can dial it back. I'm not pulling it all the way back. Let's try that. Yeah, it goes on pretty heavy. Let's try it on a piece. Does atomize the paint really nice. It seems like I can come in kind of close here without really messing things up, so to speak. Now this particular color is, it's like my anodized colors. It's got that subtle metal look to it. Not bad. It does go on nice. And I like the strength behind the trigger. It's really, I like a bit of resistance on mine. I paint with a heavy hand, so and these lacquers can go on one shot, really. You can get what you got to get here and move on to the next piece. Wow, it really nice and even. It really is. I have a bunch of these spoons painted on the inside. It's a clear spoon with gray, so let's see how this works over that. Now I'm going to go pull this all the way back and see what we get. Yeah, it does dispense it really, really nice. It feels pretty substantial in the hand. It does have some really nice weight to it. Not too heavy, but I think it has something to do with the moisture trap too. See how nice you can grip it? I think that's pretty good. Yep. Alright, we'll put that aside. Alright. Let me pause the camera and adjust it so we'll see how it cleans out. Let's give that a shot. Alright guys, let me turn the camera here a little bit. There we go. I brought everything to the booth. We use acetone for this. I have good luck with acetone with my GSI colors. Alright, we want to put that in. I personally like to blast out a little bit. I mean, you can do it in the booth too if you want. But I like to take my cotton swabs here that I use, the ones on the wooden stick, and I like to go swirl around and get everything off of the cup. As you can see, pull all the way back. Then, with a little bit left, you know, I like to swirl. Now here's what you want to do. You want to put a little more in, and you want to see if you're still getting some red. We are. See it? A little bit of red? So it's not quite there. I like to blow back a little bit. I think we could do this without even using this cap, you know. Particularly with metallics, it's usually we'll get a lot of those flakes out of there. I don't like to wash that back through the needle because I just pushed all of the metal flake out of the nozzle into the cup. So why blast that out again when the purpose was to get the metal flakes out? Let's go ahead, blast it again. Let's see if we're getting this out clear. Yep, you're ready to go. You're all set. Now they also recommend pulling back. This is the purpose of this chuck, is pull back. And that lets out all of the air through the nozzle. See it? And that's getting a blast right through it. So you can do that at your bench. Pull back. You don't have to use this, just going to release the air. And that's it. You should be good to go. If you want to dry up anything near the bottom, I use the pointy end. And you can see in the tip if it's colored or not. It isn't. This is ready to go. Took about a minute, even less because I'm doing it on camera. If you take away that, you guys can get this done in 40 seconds tops. So I'll be doing that between colors, unless I use the acrylics, which I'll use my hot water trick, which I already brewed some hot water. But anyway, go ahead and put in another color, and we'll test out another solvent color. And let's go get it now. Alright guys, let's go ahead and use my Mecha Empire. This is anodized green metallic number 1. Here we go. I'm going to lower this pressure a little bit. Hold on guys. Yeah, it seemed like it was pushing a little too much paint for my comfort there, you know? So, let's start over. There we go. It's still pushing gobs of paint, I'll tell you. But yet it's not really flooding the piece, you know? Really, really nice. Look at that. That's a beautiful color. Alright, let's try it on this Gunpla piece. Really nice movement on the trigger. It's got a really nice resistance. It's hard to explain, but you can leave it on a higher pressure because you really have complete control with the tension the way it is on this particular trigger action. Beautiful coverage on this piece though. Love this color. Look at that. I mean, that looks like the piece was molded in that color. show you back at the bench. It doesn't really need anymore. Let me put that aside. All right, I did the spoon, I did that. Don't know what else to try it over. Let's try it over one of these silver spoons I ended up with here. Let's go full bore with this. Looks like it's a spray can. Oh, it covered really nice. Look at that. Look at that. So, I don't think if this is the particular, let me get this out of the way. I don't know if this is the paint to really test this out on, but let's see if we can get any kind of control over this thing. Probably should take the nozzle off to get in close. Let's do that. Again, I'm not doing this for artist work. I'm showing this because for model building. Oh yeah, it does. I mean, where I'm sitting, it's tough with the camera. I'm not really set up yet to get in with this stuff, but it does some really nice even lines. I can tell if I back down the air pressure, which I will do right now. And this is way below their recommended, but hey, I want to get in close and see what we can do. Yeah, big difference. Yeah, you can get in without really interrupting. I can get in real close. And I imagine if I was sitting here alone, holding the piece with my two hands, you know, cupping it up, I can really get in nice and close and get a nice tight line. Particularly if you use just a black paint for panel lining and pre-shading. Watch when I pull it right open. Look at that. I mean, it really covers a lot. This is a, what you might call a jack of all trades airbrush. It really covers a lot of area, and it covers a small area. Very good, very good. I'm impressed. All right, guys, let me clean this out as I did in the other one. I'll come back with the next color. All right, guys, here we go with the Tamiya XF28. This is dark copper, very nice color. Let me turn this back up. Back to 25, they're recommended, and it seems to be working well for me. So let's go ahead and do that. Sorry if I'm looking away from the mic, reaching around for spoons and whatnot here. Sprayed on really good. This is a matte, so it should dry matte. Let's try it over a Gunpla piece. I think with this airbrush you could probably do car bodies pretty good, because blasting it over that white piece of cardboard with my enamel really covered well. Sorry for getting in the way, guys. See if I can pan this out a little bit for you. That might help. I think that's it. Covered nice. Really nice. I don't know what else to try it over, so let's go ahead and see how it covers this silver spoon here. I'm going to pull all the way back. For as precise as it is, it seems like it's real bonus is how well it can push a lot of paint and not do it, you know, sloppily like it's going to run or anything. It really comes out, it atomizes the paint really nice. It really does. All right, we'll put this aside. All right, guys, let me clean this out. Now we're going to move on to the primer and the acrylic and see how it does that. Alright guys, I thought I was going to go on to acrylic, but I forgot I was going to try this steel all-clad color. So, yeah, let's go ahead and try that. Now this has to go over black. So, we got some black spoons here. I'm not going to dial it down. I'm going to leave it right at 25 and see if I can control it with this. Yeah, it seems to... Yeah, it goes on pretty good. I mean, this isn't chrome. You don't have to go that really, you know, weak amount of air chrome. It goes on pretty good. Let's try it over one of these gloss black spoons here. Yeah, you can go light if you want. I mean, that's probably making more noise than it's pushing paint. But this is a steel color. It's a matte colored steel looking. You can see it right there already. Yeah, that's exactly what it's supposed to look like. Great color. Yeah, I like it. It goes on well. It goes on really good. This all-clad dries just as fast as it lands, so it's just about dry now. Anyway, that's it with all-clad. We'll look at those at the end. All right, now let me flush it and grab some acrylics. All right, guys, here's the big test. I'm going to try Game Air Vallejo straight out of the jar. Shook it up pretty good. All right, it supposedly can spray this stuff direct. So there we go, straight out of the jar. If not, I'm going to have to thin it in the cup. And I turned the air pressure up to 30, maybe even 32, because I think it's going to need it, but maybe it doesn't, right? Let's find out. No, it pushes it through. A whole different sound, but I think that's because I got the air turned way up. Well, these look rough until they dry. It looks good on camera, but it's a little rough here, but they actually dry really nice. Not bad. It covered quick. Let's lower it a little bit and see if it does the same. All right. I'm below 30 now. Let's see what we get. This is a really, it's as thick as a paint can get that I would spray, but it's what Vallejo recommends, straight out of the bottle. But I you know, it calls for a bigger airbrush nozzle for sure. You know, yeah, I prefer thinning it a little bit, even with the flow improver. But it did cover it. I mean, it blows it right through. It's not holding back at all. So that was the test I wanted to try. It's going to dry. This is going to dry flat. It's not going to have that look at all. It's going to dry to like a satin, nice even look. So we'll let this dry and we'll look at it under the lights. Let's try some primer in this. That also calls for itself not to be thin, but that's with a bigger nozzle. So let's see what we get. I'll be right back. Let me clean this out. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up with, get that out of the way, Stynylrez Gray primer. No thinning necessary with a 0.5, but let's go ahead and try it on this 0.3. It did push out that Vallejo, so hey, let's see if it does this one. Yeah, it's no problem. I mean, I got it turned up to their highest recommendation, but yeah, there's no thinning necessary here. I'm going to do another extensive video on these primers. I absolutely love them. Yeah, it covered it. It's all set. It's primed and ready to go. I'll show you in the final show-off video at the end there. We're going to show you how nice this stuff really does dry. Let me put this aside. Yeah, let's go ahead and prime this spoon. Yep, there we go. Didn't need any thinning. So, it did do its job. So anyway, let all this dry. Let me clean it out, and we'll go over the results at the bench. And then what we'll do is we'll take it apart and we'll see how the needle looks and how dirty it is inside, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, guys, here we are back at the bench, and results are really, really good. But first of all, I want to see what the needle looks like. So let's see, after all that cleaning between 6 colors, if the needle is dirty or not. Oh, it's actually pretty good. Let's get it. Give me my paper towels here. All right, guys. It's a little dirty. What? See it right there? Not bad. That's right where the cup is. But anyway, let's get a shot of acetone here. Just a spot of acetone on a paper towel, and we're just going to pull in one direction. And look at that. You know what? That is pretty clean. Because at the end of my sessions, it's pretty... I've built up quite a bit. I mean, not enough that it affects... This is perfect for between colors. You're not going to get any of that. It's already dried on. And you can see by the quality of it, the needle itself is just... there's nothing on the needle itself. It's just where it dries instantly in the cup. You can't really get in there and scrub between colors, but you're not going to get any effect between colors. It actually cleans itself out really well between colors. Looks pretty clean on there too. A little reddish, but you're going to start getting the discoloring, you know, right from the day you start using it. But right off the bat, that's pretty impressive. It does clean itself out really well, and I do like that. That's very good. Very good. How good that looked for how quickly I was changing colors and going through it. Anyway, I like to leave it this way, obviously, because my hand drags on the open portion of it. See it? So that's just the way I like it. See where my hand ends up? Let's put this on its stand. Is any moisture in here? Let's check it. No, you got to do that while the air pressure's on. I see nothing in there. Not enough to affect the little bit that we did. Let's go over the results. Let's go in the order of which we did them. I did this Gundam colors. This is Trans Am Red, and a very nice even job. I mean, not a hint of orange peel. Look at it on the Gunpla piece itself. Look at that. Really, really good work there. That's over the gray-backed clear spoon. Excellent. This is my Mecha Empire. Anodized green metallic #1. I have 2 colored greens. And look at how great it airbrushed my color. Really, really nice. Very even. The coverage is perfect. It's smooth as glass. Fantastic job it did. This is it over the silver colored spoon, and this is over a white spoon. You're going to get 2 different shades there for sure. But again, nice and even work. All right, all clad steel. There you go. It's the same on either one. This is over the black spoon. This is black primer. But yeah, it's on there well. It's smooth, even, no bumps, no orange peel. Absolutely beautiful. There it is, black. If you want to compare it color-wise, yeah. Real nice. It did all clad too. Tamiya. This is XF28 dark copper. Really nice color. Not exactly dark, but it matches the cap perfect. This is over white, over I think silver, yep, and over the Gunpla piece. Let's look at the Gunpla piece. Nice and even. That's a white piece that went over, and it, again, it covers good. It's a good airbrush. Really good work. What was after that? We did this Game Air from Vallejo, Gory Red. And I told you it was going to dry even. It looks all rough when this stuff goes on. I didn't thin it at all. I didn't want to thin it. I wanted to do it straight out of the bottle, as they say you can. And This is the first airbrush I've had no trouble with this going through a 0.3 millimeter needle and nozzle. This is over the flat white plastic. This is over the spoon. So it actually did it. It seemed like I had to turn it up quite a bit. I mean, it was at 35 psi. Got the job done. Personally, I would thin it a little bit with some flow improver. Maybe a couple of drops of there thinner, just a little bit thinner. And even with that, you get to double your jar anyway. You get to use it, get more for your money. But it still performed perfect. I mean, this is a nice durable paint, and it did its job. It did it without thinning. I still would thin it a little bit and turn the air pressure down a little bit, but the brush was able to push it out, you know. And this is my favorite primers. These are Stynylrez. I didn't thin it at all, and it went on great. Look, it's a great primer. These come in a ton of colors, like 20 different colors. And there it is. Look at how nice and even. That's without thinning it. I turned it up over 30 psi, but it shot it straight out of the jar. So I would say a very good airbrush. One last thing I want to check, and that's the nozzle. Let's take a look at it. I said I was going to pull her apart, so let's go ahead and take this out, take the needle back out. All right, I'm going to actually remove this because it'll be easy to work with. Nice piece. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. I hope it's not really tough to... Oh, no, it comes right off. Comes right off, guys. I was about to say, I hope it's not really tough. And there it is. Just like the Badger. And Harder and Steinbeck. There it is. They sell these. Matter of fact, they have them at Hobby Lobby, where I picked this up. They have the spare parts. They recommend you never take this apart, even though I believe it can come apart. You know, never is tough with us hobbyists. We got to take everything apart, right, guys? I'm going to dunk this in some acetone. Let's see how it looks inside. All right, let's see how it looks in here, if it comes out dirty or whatnot. Let me just spin around. All right, let's see. I put it against something white so I can see. No, it's clean. It's perfect. Yep, clean as could be. This doesn't really need any cleaning, but when you go to clean this out, you can just take these apart. You know, drop this. You can even probably take the trigger out, put it all in a little cup, swirl it around for a few minutes, and you're probably good to go. You can actually clean it this way too if you wanted with your thin. Yep, goes right through. That's it. Oh, let's see if we can get you. Yeah, there it is. So, excellent. Easy to clean. Very easy to clean. Now you got to stand it upright when you put these nozzles back. See this? Straight up and down, comes straight in. It should line itself up. Yep. That's it. It goes right on. It's got a O-ring right there for sealing it. Let's go ahead and just finger tighten it. You don't have to go too much. That's good. That's it. All right, let's get our needle back. And we are done. I give it my approval. I do like it. And I like it because it can do everything. Excuse me, guys. It can do everything. It handled this thick stuff just by turning up the air pressure. A lot of smaller nozzles, if you turn up the air pressure, it still won't push through the paint, but this does. It does it, and it does it pretty efficiently too. And so I guess if you're looking for your first airbrush, or overall one airbrush, I have 10 airbrushes. Don't go by me. This is a good one. This will cover all your bases. This is one of the first ones I've ever used, I think, that has a needle of a 0.3 that can push primer out and everything else beautifully. But don't disregard my my Badger Patriot 105. This has a 0.5. Depends on the color you have in the end. They come in 3 forms: a 0.33, a 0.5, and a 0.7. So this goes all the way up. I have all 3 sizes. I use the 0.5 for a lot of my tests. And but the reason why I say you don't disregard the Badger is because it's $70 at, I think, Spray Gunner, and $80 at Amazon on Prime. You can't beat that price. This is at that price, this is a killer airbrush. It really does spray everything. You know, granted, it is a 0.5. It does push a lot of paint, but it will get the job done efficiently. So at that price point, it's hard to beat 70 to 80 bucks for this. But the quality of this does show through at double that. At 150 that I paid for this, you're getting the moisture trap, the kit, the thinner, the lube, you know, and that adds up too. But if you're not getting that kit and just the airbrush, you're looking at 160. You know, I think that's what they're selling for on Amazon currently right now, and it is worth 160. If you're willing to pay 160, I'd get it. The quality is there. It shot everything perfectly, and there's no complaints there. And but if you're on a budget, the Badger 105 at 70 to 80 bucks is a tough one to beat. However, it doesn't have this quality at all. It's just machined beautifully. It's just a work of art, and you'll know when you hold it in your hand how great it is. But anyway, guys, that is the test. I do like it quite a bit. I will be using it more often. It's my first time I ever used it, actually, is today in this test. And I did like it. I mean, the quality is there. It airbrushed really, really good. Atomizes the paint beautifully. And that's it. That's the test. All right, guys. We'll be working on a couple of videos coming up. I just got a couple of products in. Matte Effect Thinner. This, you thin your solvent paints with this, and it turns everything to matte. I hope. We're going to be testing that. So it can turn a gloss color to matte. I'm dying to see if that works. Looks like it's just got some, yeah, it's got like the chemical in it, the matte color in it. And this is fast drying thinner. This is a quick dry thinner. It causes everything to dry quicker. It's probably got some acetone in it because acetone dries the fastest. That's my guess on that. So that test is coming up. These also just came in. Oticon. That's how you pronounce them. I asked. Oticon. Look at this. Super Chrome, Dark Iron, all kinds of colors. I wanted to try all of them. Look at these. Isn't that beautiful? Nice glass jars they come in. So I got a couple of boxes of these. $250 worth. This is not cheap paint. They're like 10 to 12 bucks a jar. This chrome might have been 15. It was a little high price for my liking, but people are asking about them, so I got to test them. So this will be coming up very soon, only because people want to know right away if they should buy them. So that test is coming up. I also got in these. This is custom surface, I think it is. Yeah, custom surface paints. It's a weird name for a company, but these are acrylics, and look how many of these I got. I tested one quickly and it came out nice. So supposedly they're pretty durable, and a lot of people do like acrylics. I'm not the biggest acrylic fan in the world, but I'm in search of the best acrylic out there, and I'm trying to find it. And that's all, guys. This just came in as we are rambling a little bit here. This super duper variable speed 4Es. This is the same people who make my green one. And you got the variable speed on all the time, or just when you touch it. It's got interchangeable tops. And we'll be testing that soon. This is another heavyweight. Let me get this out of here. All right. And one more thing. I want to congratulate Michael Morris. He won the Badger 105 Patriot. Probably should be at his house today, tomorrow, in the next couple days. I shipped it out on Monday. And at least he got back to me when the computer randomly picked his name. And he is the winner. Now, don't fret, because I have more to give out. I have another one I might give away, the one I use on my test. If I'm not going to use it, I will give it away. Haven't even used it since the test. So this is a brand new one. So I'm probably going to use that as another giveaway. And I have another Badger, still sealed. That coming up as a giveaway too. Let me show you that. I think I showed this already. This is the 360. And I got two of these to give away. Brand new. Look at that. It's a dual purpose. It's a gravity feed and a siphon feed in one. That's where it gets its name from. You rotate it around 360, and it comes with extra needles. It's a really nice set. I got two of these. So More giveaways are coming. No fear that you didn't win one, because you got another chance. Anyway, guys, that is it now. It is currently Thursday. I want you guys to enjoy your weekend. I'm going to try and get another video up for the weekend, whether it be the Otakon colors or what. I'm not quite sure yet, but we are working on another video. And I want to thank you guys for sticking around. Thank many of you guys who have purchased my paints. It helps the channel quite a bit. And I'm really happy with the new colors, and you guys who have gotten them already have given me such great feedback. So I'm glad you do, guys. I'm glad you guys like them. And that's it. I want you guys to have a great weekend. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I told you I got a lot more to go. Please like the video. That always helps with the channel. And we'll see you guys in the next video.